As I've gotten older, I've grown a lot more inward. I find it a bit difficult to balance looking after myself and working, having a relationship and making sure I'm having quality time with my daughter while also keeping friendships alive. I'm not the type to go interrailing or anything. I never even went on a 6-year holiday. I like my comfort and also doing my own thing. Organising and hosting this girls' trip with 13 people I've never met was really outside my comfort zone. I've always wanted to go on a girls' trip like in Sex and the City when they all go to the Hamptons. I only got the fear on the flight over. I was nervous someone might not be happy or I might not be what they were expecting, but it honestly exceeded all expectations. Even though these girls were strangers, I immediately felt at ease when I was around them. I didn't feel like I had to perform or entertain in any way, but I was so myself, and I think everyone else felt the same too. Croatia itself is up there with one of the most beautiful places in the world. Ireland is and always will be number one, but what really made it was the people. We had a private tour guide, Vladimir, and it was literally like he was friends with everyone he came across, and everyone was always so helpful and inviting. I tried oysters for the first time, but to be honest, they were horrible. I think people are pretending to like them. My mom minded my daughter for the first time overnight since she's been born. She minded her for the first time a few months ago. No, actually that's a lie. When I did a London podcast show, my mom minded my daughter in the green room. Like I was only on stage for an hour and then halfway through she had to call Saoirse because she wasn't able for it and she was like, I'm never doing that again. But anyway, now that she's a bit older, obviously toddlers are a lot easier to mind than babies, especially when I was breastfeeding because she would just want the boob and it was quite difficult to soothe her. But my mom took B overnight for the first time since she's been born. They had such a lovely time, went to the playground, my mom brought her into town, so it was really, really nice. So that was the first time I've done a show where B hasn't actually been with me. So I went out to Cork for the night with Jason and we were playing in the pool. Like we are proper silly sausages, but the pool had these like loops in the above, like these two ropes with the hoops that you pull yourself up on. I was so shocked. I was able to pull myself up. Strong. No, it's Jenny from carrying B all the time because she refuses to go into her buggy now. She either wants to like run ahead of you into traffic or she wants you to hold her, which I actually don't mind because it is good workout and I like being close to her. But she hates the buggy. The odd time she'll go in if she's a bit tired, but yeah, she hates the buggy. Anyway, so this video is sponsored by Waterdrop. where I got my water bottles. Me and Bee's water bottles are both from Water Drop. They also do these little cute flavoured cubes that you put in. They're sugar-free, gluten-free, vegan, and there's like they're fortified with vitamins, so it's really good for you. They're really nice. It's like if you like sort of dilute, if you like flavoured water, they're really nice. I would put in 2 cubes for this size bottle. This is the glass bottle. This is my favourite one. I also had their tumblers for coffee, and it literally keeps it hot for like over 5 hours. It's crazy. They're such high quality, really good. And I just got a bottle scrubber, so I really get in there. It's fantastic. It's a game changer. But if you want 10% off a Water Drop, any Water Drop products, the cubes, my favorite flavor are the mango passion fruit and the glow one. There's loads of different flavors on there. If you want 10% off, use the code Keelan10 on the website and you'll get 10% off. Did I talk about the perfect couple? Wait, I didn't even finish the fucking loop story. So me and Jason went down to Cork, and in the hotel we were in, we were literally playing in the pool. Like there were these 2 ropes with the loops on them. So I pulled myself up so strong, but then I did a backflip. I know, guys, watch me do a backflip. But all the muscles like on the top of my back are all like strained. Feel so old. You know when your body starts to break and it's horrible. And then what else did I want to say? Oh yeah, we just finished The Perfect Couple on Netflix. Oh my god, it's so good. I actually love a murder mystery, but it's even better whenever the whole cast is really good and everyone's good looking and everyone's rich. I love that sort of buzz, like stuff that's based in Nantucket. Like give me more of that. Like I love Little Fires Everywhere, and what's that other one produced by Reese Witherspoon? Big Little Lies, because I'm thinking of Pretty Little Liars. I think it's Big Little Lies, something like that. I love those type of shows where it's like wealthy neighborhood sort of drama, whodunit murder mysteries. I love them. They're my favorite type of genre. So The Perfect Couple on Netflix, it's so good. Really recommend it. And also a movie that we watched recently is Bottoms, and it's directed by Rachel, the same girl who did Shiva Baby. That's really good as well. It's really funny. Jason was literally pissing himself. So yeah, it is really good. I hope you enjoy the rest of the video.
Mwah.
Roundy round.
Go, 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 go.
When I was younger, my siblings and I would wait by the front door at 5 o'clock each day to watch our dad walk down the driveway. Sometimes we'd run out to him, but most of the time we'd all hug him as he came through the door. In his office, he had a big dark mahogany desk with 3 drawers each side and a slim one in the middle. I'd sit on that desk every evening and tell him about my day. It wasn't really a conversation, I was more talking at him. I was desperate to feel seen and heard by him. I don't even know what he was doing in the office. I can still hear the clicks of his index finger smashing the keyboard. One day when I was 13 and sitting on his desk after work, he told me to get out. Soon after, my dad moved out, the house was sold, but the desk was left behind. I imagined the new owners using it, a son studying for his leaving cert or the mother writing a play. But when I walked by my old house a few years later, they'd plastered over the pink pebbled ash and painted it grey. So I knew that worn out desk had been thrown away. Bed? Mama?
Can you see it? I can see a soft woolly head. At the station. So are dog and cat. Sleepiest little person ever. Right, that big round opus. Yes. You don't do it? What's in here? You No, that's Lamb. Open it. She's not the sleepiest little person ever. What's that? I can see a fluffy yellow feather. Is that the sleepiest little person ever? Straw hat. No, that's just Chick.
A straw hat.
Badger's beach umbrella will keep him in the shade. What's in Hedgehog's hold all?
Broken
I can see a sweet curly tail. Is that the sleepiest person ever? No, that's...
Okay, you want to help me?
I can't reach.
You can't reach the camera. No, you don't need to reach the camera, baby. Come here. Let's put the eggs on.
That's my milk.
That's your milk. Now, how many eggs do you want to do?
A banana.
We do...
Oh,
Now, be gentle. Be very gentle. Oh, good girl.
they're not broken.
That's not broken. Yeah, so we go in. In. Yeah, 3. That's how we're going to do. That's it. Good girl. We pour the hot water. This is very hot. Very, very hot. And do you want to put the lid on for me? Here, you put the lid on the pot. You did it! Now, do you want to help me with the laundry? Put that into the drum. Throw it in. Good girl. I'll give you stuff and you put it in.
I go fly.
Climb.
I go fly. I go reach.
You want to go climb? Okay. I'm back from Croatia, obviously. I was a bit worried about leaving Bea on her own for a week. This is the longest I've been away from her. Before that, the longest I've been away is 5 days, but I still did come over, and that was when I was co-parenting with Jason. But I did come over one evening to breastfeed her because I was losing, I think it was stress, and because I wasn't with her, I was losing my supply, so I went over to breastfeed her and then came back home again, which was probably much more difficult for her in the transition because she was confused and was like, why can't you stay? But this time she didn't care. She literally didn't care at all. Jason said that she asked for me once, and I did FaceTime her twice. Most of the time, by the time Jason picked her up, she was asleep in the car and I wasn't even able to speak to her. She only asked for me once, and it was when she fell over and she was like, I want my mama, which breaks my heart. But honestly, they said that she was fine and like she wasn't upset or whinging or anything. So it was actually more me of an issue because I felt guilty and I felt like I wasn't able to have the most amount of fun possible because I was missing her, and I felt, yeah, just the guilt basically. But I know now in future when I'm booking holidays that it just doesn't suit. Like 2 days is grand, but a 6-day holiday away from my baby, like I just wanted. Now the holiday was fantastic. The girls there were so good. I was so inspired after it. It was really nice to socialise with people and get to know people on an intimate level, the same way that you would when you were a teenager and you know you went to like summer camp and stuff. If there is not as much opportunity to do that as an adult because everyone's a bit more reserved, whereas with this you're like with each other all day every day, so the longer you spend time with someone, the more open you're going to be and the more vulnerable you're going to be, obviously, as you get more comfortable as time goes on. But I do know that Dev Ski Hidden hosts a lot of those like retreats, like all girls retreats. I would love to go to one of those. I saw in her story that she was going to do a luxury retreat. I think that would be more my buzz. I don't know if I'm like a bunk bed girl. I would just be scared of like farting in my sleep and getting embarrassed, but she was saying she was going to do a luxury retreat, so I might see if I'm able to go to that if I'm not booked up that weekend, because they're only like 2-3 days. It's not too long. I have a meeting at 2 o'clock for the business that I'm developing. I've had a lot of time to think. I've been so busy for the past few months that I haven't had time to think. I've just been kind of going with the flow, and it's fantastic that I'm getting work and that I'm busy. I always feel fulfilled if I have things on. If I have too much time where there's nothing going on, I'm not getting any work, and I say I'm just creating content or just doing YouTube, that alone for me or just doing podcasts, that alone isn't enough for me. I like to have a few things on the go just for a sense of security, and also to make myself feel more valuable and worth something, which is probably not healthy. Like I should just feel valuable as a person or as a mother, but I don't. It's like I need to be doing other things to be seen as valuable and successful. I'm sure everyone gets that though. It's just with the way influencing is going, I don't see myself doing it forever. The older I get, the more I want to not talk about myself. Or do I? No, I go through phases where I'm like, it's time to talk about me. But most of the time I'm like, oh, I'm not arsed. You know, it was fine when I didn't have any responsibilities or a dependent, when I don't have a child. But the stress of like having a child and needing to be likable, because my whole career is basically predicated on being likable, because if people don't watch you, you don't have anything to, you know, you don't have an audience, whatever. When I used to do YouTube at the start, I was 100% completely myself, and whereas now I'm a bit more reserved and I feel like I can't be as myself as much, but that is like that's also carrying on into my everyday life. Even when I'm off camera, I'm still a bit like 10% of myself. Does that make sense? Because I'm scared. I don't see myself doing it forever. I want to be able to do it as a hobby because I love YouTube. I've had a few ideas, like I've talked about this before. I get shit ideas all the time, but I do have that brain where it's like, I want to do this, and I can't decide. And that is also such a privileged position to be in, to be like, wait, I have so many choices, there's so many things I can do, which is fantastic. Where I finally landed on this one thing. I spoke to a few people I look up to, blah, blah, whatever. And this is the one that because it's something that I would use tomorrow, and there is a gap, if you know what I mean. I was like, this is something that I need, this is something I'm looking for, and I want to create it for people like me and also myself. Anyway, but before my meeting starts, I do have to edit a story. Sounds so stupid. I have to edit a story. I have to plan my food shops. I've been doing this system. So 2 days a week now I go to my mum's because Saoirse's trying to save, so she wanted more hours minding my daughter, which is fantastic because I'm like, grand, I have more time to work. And it's great because we can work in the same house. She can come in and out whenever she pleases, whatever. And I have to edit a podcast tomorrow, so it works for me. The system with food, because I have an issue with, this is not sponsored by HelloFresh because I know that's my intro. This isn't sponsored. I had this thing with food where it always goes off or I'm not in the mood for things. So I wrote down, and I saw this on a TikTok, I think her name is Emma. She's a mom on TikTok. But she was like, I make a menu. So you write down every single meal that you like or that you enjoy. So that's including breakfast, lunch, dinner. I have no problem with breakfasts. I would eat anything for breakfast. So for example, breakfast I have avocado toast and boiled eggs, yogurt, berries and granola, homemade brown toast with butter and jam, smoked salmon and cream cheese bagel, banana pancakes with rashes and strawberries, scrambled eggs, smoked salmon and sourdough. And then for lunch, fried salmon, garlic potatoes and asparagus, tuna pasta salad, Greek salad, pesto spinach and chicken pasta, soup and toasty, gyozas and cucumber salad, tuna salad, baby potatoes, sticky tofu noodles and broccoli. They're all the things that I like to eat. And then for dinners, I have a curry, orzo pasta, spag bol, Asian noodles, stir fry, risotto, chicken thighs and chips, roast dinner, lamb balls, tzatziki and flatbread. And then I'll pick one new recipe from a cookbook a week. I'll pick out my menu for the week of like what dinners or meals I want to make. And I'll try pick stuff where it's like, because it's only me and Jason and B eating it, there's obviously going to be leftover food. So I try to use ingredients for like multiple meals throughout the week. Does that make sense? So I just make a list, and then once I pick up B from her nana's house, we go do the food shop together with the little trolley, and I'll tell her what we need and we'll do it together. It's brilliant and it's real fun. And then I get the HelloFresh delivered to, not Spawn, I pay for it myself. I get HelloFresh delivered to my mum's when I go over there for lunch, and then we just cook them. It's pretty good.